Right, okay, big up, guys. How you doing? This is the real deal. Hope everyone is well, and yeah, I've got it on mute. No, I don't. No, I ain't got it on mute. So good. Just had an awesome show with Tony Gunner. Check that out. It's the first show of the first episode of what we're gonna do coming into the future of like paint the tube red. Paint the tube red. He didn't wear red, which I thought, you've got to wear red, haven't you? I mean, well, then again, maybe you should paint your face as well red. But I ain't got no red paint, so can't really do anything like that. But what an epic show with my brother, Tony Claude. Absolutely awesome. Really, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it, but I was going to do this one anyway. About a few, so not a lot, but I've had a few bits. So we're going to get on with this and just see how the real deal goes, because the real deal always goes this way or that way, and people are absolutely good to come on if they want to. We can have some interesting chats and interesting laughs and stuff. We'll see how that one goes. I need to go for a pee though, so I'm going to be back in a second. Right, okay, so I suppose you should go to the toilet before you actually start doing a show, really, but whatever. It is what it is. I don't do anything the normal way. Never have, never will. So it's like, right, so how do I actually do this then? How does this work? Because I'm working on this talk studio. And I don't actually know how it works. I don't know. I don't. Where do you actually try and put it to somebody else? Fucking being normal, says Cole. Where's the where you can pass links over and stuff like that? Where's all that shit? Bro, I tell you what, proper enjoyed that show. Proper enjoyed that show. Paint the Tube Red. I proper enjoyed that show. It's brilliant. Yeah, what? You know when you start doing like a YouTube show, you sort of like with other people, you sort of watch the time, and then all of a sudden you just like it just flowed. It just absolutely flowed. It was absolutely amazing. I love Tony Claude anyway. He's an absolute awesome guy. And I know it's going to get deep. It's going to get deep at some points, but yeah, I did really enjoy that. Big up to Yeti. Have a great show. Cheers for that, Tony Claude. Big up to Carl Rossi as well. Fucking be normal and show on stream. Big up to YT. Have a great show. Evening TCG. He's a ledge. He's a legend. Adam Partridge, big up to you as well, mate. And you're okay, Yeti, mate? I am. I'm absolutely awesome, bro. And yeah, always catch you watching the clock when I'm on. It's one of them things. It's just like, it's just what you do. But that was a phenomenal show. 2 hours, when you're chatting to someone for 2 hours, there's obviously something there, with the friendship and everything like that. Like me and you do, Cole, when you're on the stream, we could sit there chatting for ages, and that's a massive, massive thing. I have no idea, Odell. Odell, what's that? I ain't seen that button before. Share the stream. Okay, you can actually. Oh, right. Okay, so this has actually got share the stream on it. I haven't seen that before. I don't know where the thing is that you can actually send links out or anything, though. I can't see that at all. I must be blind because I can't see it. I don't know where the hell that is. Big up, Cole, mate. Yeah, how you doing, Cole? You had a busy day today, man. You had a bad day. Oh, there it is. Mate, it's a big button. It's a big button. It's a big button on the left-hand side. It says, add guest. How did I not see that? How did I not see that? You know what? I think I'm about ready for the knackers yard, to be honest. How did I not see that? I've got my glasses on and all. This is insane. It's insane. I think I might need to see a doctor, although that probably won't happen until like the year 2028. Because no doctors give a toss about anything nowadays anyway. So, you can't even get to see a doctor even if you try. But there's a stream call if you want to jump on. It's entirely up to you, matey. I've lost the stream now. So how is everyone? How is everyone doing? Did you enjoy that show? Because I thought that show was awesome. I really enjoyed it with my brother Tony. He's just a really awesome guy. I have nothing but respect for him. We chatted afterwards after the stream had finished. Obviously, certain things I'm not going to say, but he's just the guy's just awesome. And if there's certain people, right, that I would love to see Arsenal win the Champions League and win the title. Those people are Cole. Those people are Tony. People are Jez. Those people are Tony Neary as well. They're the real ones. They're the real ones, and they deserve it. 100% they deserve it. So, yeah, that's pretty much like where I am. But I really, really enjoyed that show. I started off a little bit mild, and then I kind of started to give a little bit of crap and all that kind of stuff, as I always do. That's just the way I do it. And big up, Jez. How you doing, matey? Hope you're well, pal. And if you want the stream, I've just found out how to do it. So, are you not done like a review stream today of the game against Chelsea? Because I haven't seen it. I didn't see it come up. I've not actually. I've looked at it, but I can't see anywhere where you're doing that actual stream. But if you want to jump on, bro, you're more than welcome. I'll drop you the stream. I don't know if you'll be able to get on here because I don't think this thing allows green screen. Although it does say in the thing that if you've got green screen, you can use it. So I don't really know how to use it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to use it. So I've only just got it. I'm not paying £37 for StreamYard. Sorry. I know I like the show. What's it fucking? I forgot what it's called already. Paint the Tube Red. Yeah, I like that show. You know, we will continue to do that as well on a Friday. So we'll see how it goes on Sunday and see what the results are. And then we'll go on to another show next week. But next week it will actually be on my channel. Although I have just seen a way that you can share the stream because it says it up there. So we'll have to work that one out as well. I've got Streamlabs. I think you can do it on that easy enough, but you can't really get guests in. That's the problem. You can't really get guests in. And on this, you can't. I don't think you can use green screens. Wait a minute. I'm sure I saw it in the settings the other day that you can actually use green screen. Let me just have a. No, I can't see it there. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. I'm sure I saw it the other day. It's in the settings or something like that where you can actually use a green screen. But it's just whether the person actually wants to use a green screen or whatever. But anyway, let's get down to business. And no, I'm not becoming Eminem. Right, let's have a look and see. Like, the real deal is... Did you notice that voice change there? Yeah, that's my singing voice. Not the best, but anyway. Right, let's have a look on here. Do you know what I'm doing, guys? I'm gonna say what I'm doing because then you'll like realize how much of an idiot I actually am. I'm actually looking at, talking weekend games and just general chat, Nottingham Forest v Brighton, Chelsea v Arsenal, and other games and general chat. There you go. That's what I was looking for. So, yeah, I've already spoke about the Arsenal-Chelsea game. If either of you guys want to jump on and just see how it goes. And what is the new thing you are using? Is that Talk Studio, is it? Yeah, it's called Talk Studio. It's the one that Tont was using for a while. I don't know if he's still using it, but it's the one he was using. I can't afford the StreamYard, Jez, to be honest. They're not giving me any more discounts. Big up Stephanie Griffiths. How you doing? Yo, Yeti, cheers. And cheers to you as well. Absolutely cheers. And evening, Jez and Steph. And evening, Jez. How many times? Unlikely I'll be able to hop on. No worries, mate. And evening, Jez and Steph. And I call. If you got me in Instagram, then I might be able to send you the link. There was actually one person that saw that I ain't seen for a while, actually. So I'm going to invite him if I can. First time I've seen him for a good while. I know he had like an accident and did something with his back or whatever. But I'm going to add him onto the add him to the stream so he can actually come on if he wants to. I don't know how this works, to be honest. I've no idea. I'm new to this, so I've no idea how it works. Tell you what I was watching the other day. Don't know if you watched this yet, Steph. The new Stranger Things stuff looked pretty good. I did fall asleep though, which is never a good sign. Let's see if it works for guests. Yeah, there's something. There's something I saw the other day that said that you can use a green screen, but I don't know where it is. He said that I can use a green screen if I've got one, but I don't know if it actually... I would imagine it works for guests now. I don't know, man. I really don't know. No idea. This is a new thing for me, so I don't know. No idea. Right, let's get the chat back up. And no spoilers. I've just started Stranger Things. There will be no spoilers here, bro. No spoilers here. Bro, I fell asleep, so I won't be able to do a spoiler if I tried. Because I can't remember, and I would never do a spoiler anyway. unless I was like in a private stream where people have actually watched it or whatever. I mean, even if I watch the UFC, I wouldn't give a spoiler there unless we're like in a private stream or something and each other's watched it. It's not my game, mate. It's not my game. And I'm late to the party, says Carl. How's your day been anyway, mate? You had a really tough one. It's been a really tough day. But yeah, I mean, like I say, I just started watching it last night. I didn't really pick a lot of it up, to be fair. It looked pretty decent, though, from what I saw. Just says send the link then. I have. Have I? Hold up. Have I? Hold up. I might have sent somebody else. Where are you? Yeah, I have, mate. It's in the it's in Instagram. It's in Instagram, the link. Give me 2 secs and I'll try it up on. Having difficulty? Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. If anybody wants to hop on, you can hop on. I'm not going to put it in the chat, though. You get too many knobheads in here at times. No, I don't mean none of you lot. That's like that Eric Bird the other day. Oh, I used to support Everton, but I've had enough now. I'm not going to bother supporting them anymore. You beat Man United with 10 men the other day. I ain't got no time for that, to be honest. I've been with my team all the time through the bad times, and Jez has as well, and Carl has as well. We've all been with our team, regardless what happens. Stephanie, you know, we've all been with our team regardless what happens. And if you don't want to be there for the bad times, then you don't deserve to be there for the good times. That's my policy anyway. But yeah, LinkedIn, Instagram, bro. I've sent it to Anthony because he did send a message earlier, so I don't know what's going on with Anthony, but hopefully he does jump on. Seen him for a while. Oh, that's pretty cool. It told me you've joined. That was awesome. Right, okay, let me set this up. There you go. How you doing, mate?
Well, good, mate. Yeah. Tony used to use this Streamlabs.
Hey, can you not use your green screen?
Huh?
Can you not use your green screen? Because it said something in the settings. I don't know where it is now, but it said that you could use the green screen. So I thought you could.
I've given up using that, mate. Got my nerves.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I bought 2 of them, and one of them was like bringing in grey at the sides, totally. And then the other one I got right across, like the one that you've got, you know, that you paid for. Thank you for that. And it just kept bringing in grey at the sides. I couldn't make any sense of how it worked or anything.
Yeah, basically, this is the smallest bedroom in the house. Even though it's a double room, it's small. Basically, it was just getting in the way. Because this chair I'm on here, right, there's not a lot of space between this and the end of the bed.
Yeah.
And I had it on the floor here. And then I had to put it up, move this chair out the way, use the other chair, change this screen angle. I call, oh, fuck it.
Oh, mate, that is a ball ache, isn't it?
It's actually there. I'm going to sell it. I might not sell it. I might. It was quite handy when I had it in France last summer. So I think I might just stick it up the loft, and then when we go to France next year, I'll use it then.
Yeah.
But it was too much hassle, man. It was like there, it's 6 foot bloody long, and then every time I move my chair back, I'd bang into it, and then looking over the bloody thing. And I thought, oh, sorry, I can't be asked.
You got any like old Arsenal shirts and stuff like that where you can put in the background or whatever?
Well, you can't see them. It's like if I move this camera angle, you can't see them.
Right. Yeah. Can you not put them right in the centre of like where that is? Is there no way of doing that?
Well, no, because because the way this is set up on the desk here, right? I can turn this whole thing, this whole iMac, and you've got the wall there where the bed head is. But she doesn't like that sort of thing on the walls. I won't lie.
Okay, that's that's a better description of why. I mean, look, I like what I've done there with like the football shirts and all that kind of thing. I mean, Jez, what do you think about like yesterday with the game against Malmo? I mean, you might not have watched it. I don't know if you did or not.
I didn't, mate. I was out, mate. I was out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's got a lot of history with us. For winning the first European Cup in 1979. So, it wasn't, I mean, between me and you, and same as I said to Tony, they didn't really offer a great deal anyway. But the thing is like Dyche put on players that we don't use to see how they would handle the situation and all this, that, and the other. And, mate, they came out with flying colours. I haven't seen that. I've not seen that kind of reaction from players that you just put on the pitch and expect the same from us against Liverpool and them to perform like that since Wenger used to put the young lads on for the cups.
Yeah, sadly I didn't see it, mate. I wanted to see it because it's going back in history, isn't it? Your first European victory, but unfortunately I had another engagement. I couldn't see it. But if he's brought out players like that, it just proves one thing, that they want to prove themselves to get into your
100%.
And nothing wrong with that. That's good. So
that's what you want, isn't it? That is absolutely what you want.
Yeah, if they want to prove a point, and the manager's now got your manager Dyche. She's now got to have a headache to say, "Oh, actually, did a job." So that's all good. That's all good benefit for your team, in my opinion.
Of course it is. 100% it is. And I think like your game against like Bayern Munich, in putting in Lewis Skelly and Mosquera, because I think like I was saying this earlier, that I think that actually putting these players in and making them ready just in case something shitty happens. I mean, I think at the minute, and I've said this a few times, I think Arsenal have kind of got it sewn up. Not in the sense of the title, but I think they've got it sewn up in the way they're playing at the minute. They're playing some fantastic stuff now, and they're actually scoring from open play as well. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I think the question is this Arteta now suddenly realising it's taking him 6 years to realise actually we have the players in the squad to actually play and allow them to play in the way they want to play or can play. I think that's a better way of saying it. It's proven in the last 2 games that we can actually play some decent bloody football and all from open play, and that's all you can ask. And if the manager is doing that intentionally, or is it the new coach Heinzer? Is that his influence, or is it
interesting?
Heinzer and Berta. I'm not sure Berta has a lot to do with the tactics, to be fair, but he does have something to say. He's the technical director. So right now, sitting here as an Arsenal fan, you have to say it's all looking rosy in the garden. But we know historically, right, that going into the Christmas period, Arsenal tend to fall off the cliff a bit.
Yeah.
But we've got players coming back. I think we'll see a couple of players go out in January. I think Jesus will go.
Yeah.
He has been told he can go in January. I don't think there's much left for him at Arsenal now. I think you'll see him end up in Saudi Arabia, something like that. But right now, you have to say everything's looking good.
Yeah, I would totally agree. I mean, I said that on the watch-alongs that I've done as well. And I've changed my stance on the watch-alongs. I actually view it as a game instead of it being Arsenal and all that kind of stuff. I still call out the dark horse as I always do. But, you know, same as my team or your team or whatever, I'll call it out on any team. But, yeah, I mean, I'm really, really, really impressed with what I'm seeing with Arsenal at the moment. If he was to all of a sudden go like Odegaard's back, so let's drop Eze or whatever. And I did tell you, by the way, that Eze was going to have a fantastic game against Spurs.
Well, again, he wanted to prove himself, especially after their manager said, "Who's Eze?" I mean, come on, man. You're going to get a kick in the bollocks on that one.
Exactly.
Yeah, well done to Eze. You know, scoring the third ever hat trick against Tottenham. But fact remains is it's going to be the thing is the way I like to look at it is this way. He's now got a problem, right? We know Odegaard is the captain. And when Saka went off the other night, Rice took the armband, and then respectively, Rice gave the armband to Odegaard as the club captain. I wouldn't say he ripped up any trees, but he didn't do anything wrong. But he's now got an issue now because he's got to think, well, who am I going to start against Chelsea? Am I going to start Eze in the 10 or am I going to start Odegaard?
Yeah, that's not a bad issue, though, to be fair. I mean, if you look at managers of the past, it's always good to have competition for shirts. Always.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's how it should be. Because that means each player now has got to fight for that position. Odegaard's now got to fight to get that position back. Eze's not going to let him.
How would you feel if, because this is something that Odegaard's done, something that Arteta's done a lot. He tries to sort of pigeonhole somebody into a position just to get them on the pitch. So, I mean, if he went in the three, Rice, Odegaard, and Eze, how would you feel about that? You're going to lose a lot in midfield with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Odegaard's got to prove himself yet to get back in that position. The only worry I always have with Odegaard is he tends to slow it all down. Right now, we're playing
100%.
We're playing the pace. We're playing the ball forward.
Yeah, 100%.
Odegaard tends to slow it down, play it sideways, backwards.
Yeah.
And I think that would put us under pressure again. So right now, Odegaard's got to prove himself. Personally, if you want my opinion, I would start Eze, but 65, 70 minutes in, you can switch it out for Odegaard, like he did the other night. And it worked well.
Yeah.
But he's the captain, so we do know that he'll want to play him. He's one of his star boys. So it's an interesting problem. Problem.
The thing is, he doesn't offer anything that Eze offers. You know, Eze can pick a pass, obviously, on the goal for Martinelli, where he puts it over the top, and Martinelli's just got to finish it off. You know, and he actually scores the goals as well. Whereas, when I watch Odegaard, he's scared of actually. Sometimes he takes that left-footed shot, but sometimes he always passes it, like you've said, to the side or to the back or whatever like that. I think he slows your play down, and I think that's what I've noticed over the last two of the games why he's not been in there.
No, I totally agree, and that's my worry, because if he does that come this Sunday against Chelsea, that will put our midfield under pressure again. And this is where I want to see, has Arteta actually changed his direction? Has he changed his now view on the tactics? Has he learned and thought, actually, we can do, these players can play with their own free will. Good song that by Rush, by the way. And,
oh yeah, 100%.
And we're going to find, look, we're going to find out Sunday, right? Because Chelsea have hit a good purple patch right now.
Yeah,
they're second in the league, sitting behind us, 7 points, I think it is. So I'm going to leave my opinion on that one yet till Sunday, because we can all surmise this and surmise that.
Yeah,
but now all down to the manager.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I think it's always been that way as well. And I think, like, this position you're in right now, right, not to coin a phrase of a certain person, but I always say it's all in your fingers. I'm not going to say it's all in the other way. But it's like, as far as I'm concerned, it's yours right now. And the way you're playing is some fantastic stuff. This is the first time in a long time that I've watched Arsenal on watch-alongs and actually been like, wow, amazing. That is awesome. You know, since like your gung-ho days of when you lost it to City, I think like the conservative style and stuff is actually starting to work. And I think they're all starting to buy in as well, which I think is absolutely massive. Same with us. Everybody's buying into the Daesh thing. Everybody's buying into the work ethic and all that kind of stuff. And we're starting to get things sorted out as well. Why we went for Ange Postecoglou, I have no idea. No idea. I gave him a chance at the start, as you always do. As I thought, this is one thing that people don't seem to understand on YouTube. It's like, oh, well, you said this, or you said that, or you said this. When you sign a new player, you're always going to give them a chance and say, like, yeah, he looks good. I've seen him before. He looks great. But when he's in your shirt, that's when your real opinion comes out. You know, it's going to always be the same. And I think, like, when it comes down to like the defense you've got, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Gabriel, but I think you pulled in some really good replacements. In Cappy looked decent the other day as well. Mosquera looks decent as well. So I think you've like got. I think the foundations are there. It just comes down to whether the mentality is going to stay there.
Well, let's just say this. We did this in 23-24. Right? We were running away and then we just threw it in the bin. We did it in 22-23. Running away, threw it in the bin. And that was all down to, right, we didn't have a big squad back then. We've got a proper squad now. He's got options. He's got the choices. Calafiori, I think, has really stepped up to the plate this season.
100%.
I think he's been immense. So, you know, I'm not
Timber as well.
Timber was great last season. I'm not going to sit here and jump up and down and say, yeah. Because there's a long way to go still. And we know what this manager can do. And it's that capitulation in 22, 23, 23, 24 was all down to Arteta.
Yeah.
You know, so 23, 24, he overplayed players. We had those bad injuries. And The only person to blame for that is the manager. Sorry, I don't care what anybody says. And this season, we've had injuries, we've kept going, we've recovered. Some of those players are now coming back to fitness and be ready to play. So Arteta's got a difficult choice, and that's good.
That's what you should have. Yeah, exactly. That's what you should have.
Yeah. So
managing a team is easy when you've just got a team that's going to go on and do exactly what you want to do. In a sense, it's like you look at Manchester United with Fergie. You know, those players pick themselves. Same as like Wenger with the Invincibles. Those players pick themselves. But when you've got, I've always said it, and I always think you've got to have players trying to fight for the shirt. And when it's a young player that's like you've been part of the team for a long time, trying to fight for the shirt, then like the Sackers and all those kind of players need to like go, right, okay, this guy's trying to take my shirt off me, you know, so I've got to pick up my game. But I think if you do that, like come January transfer window, yeah, you got a lot of depth now. The only depth I don't see is a replacement for Declan Rice in case he goes out.
Very difficult player to replace, mate. To be honest, there's not many people like him around.
No.
To be honest, and yeah, he's got to be nurtured. He's got to be allowed to do what he wants to do. You can see the passion. He got it, and so did Eze. They both got the passion in that Tottenham game.
Yeah,
100%. You know, the way Rice was pumping players up on the pitch to show what it meant to him. But, you know, being ex-West Ham, of course, is bad feeling there between them two clubs. There's been for years. But I think it's very, very, unless you're going to go into Europe and spend stupid big money, which Arsenal aren't going to do. I don't think in right now in the current Premier League as a player to replace him.
What about like? I mean, the only player I can like look at in the same vein. What about Anderson? Even though I love Anderson, I think Anderson's an absolutely fantastic player. But I think you have to be sensible in the fact that if Arsenal came in for Anderson, it'd be very difficult for us to keep him in the situation that we're in. But I think with his work rate and everything like that, he could totally do the job of Rice. I don't want that. I don't want that in a million years. But, you know, he would be the perfect person to bring on if you didn't have Rice.
But I don't think we're going to be spending big money in January. I don't think that's going to happen.
Do you think you should, though? Do you think you should bring in some players that actually want to become part of this thing and try and win the shirts off the players that you've got now? Because I don't think that's ever a bad thing.
Yeah, I hear you, but I just don't think Arsenal are going to spend that money.
No.
I don't see it. I think the Arsenal management are probably saying, well, we've spent all this money. You've got what you wanted. We've given you all that money. Now you've got to go and do it.
Yeah.
You know, it was Berta turned around at the start of the season and said, not Berta, sorry, Josh said, we must win trophies this season. So Arteta knows he's got to play with what he's got.
Yeah.
I can see a couple of players going out the door. I can see Jesus going. Right, I think his days are done at Arsenal.
Needs to.
And I think that's one that will go out. So will Arsenal go and spend big to get a player to actually be a... Let's be honest, he'll be a backup player for Rice. I don't think Arsenal are going to do that. personally.
I don't think Anderson will want to be that either.
No,
I mean, the main thing that's pushed Anderson along is the fact that he's at Forest and he's getting the game time. Which is why he didn't get that at Newcastle is beyond me, because him getting me, and I know you don't know much about Anderson, I've asked you this before, but I mean, he's just looking like an absolute quality midfielder. He has so many things to his game as well. You know, he just looks absolute quality. I mean, and it's like looking at us, I mean, it's like since Dyche has come in, they're believing. They're believing. All the players are believing. And even to like put a fresh 11 or, you know, players on in Europa as well. Yeah. Now, I think we knew that Malmo wasn't the Malmo of back in the day that you beat 1-0. But it's like, you know, to put those players out there, I think it was very brave. It was very brave to do it. Because we needed to get back into Europa, because now we're in like the blue spots. We're in 16th, you know, so we've got a good chance in that respect. And also Callum Owendo's scoring as well, which was looking for. Yates scoring as well, you know. I mean, that Sangori, that was one that you guys was looking at one point, wasn't it? And I tell you what, he is looking good. He is looking really good now.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to reiterate what I said. I'm not looking at any players. I don't think Arsenal's going to buy anyone.
Do you think you can win it, Jez? Not putting you on the spot. Yeah, I think 100% you can. I think 100% you can.
Look, I'll be honest with you. I think this squad is better set up to win the Champions League than it is the Premier League.
Yeah, interesting.
I mean, that win the other night, Wednesday, sent a shockwave through Europe. And a lot of clubs need to sit up and say, oh, hello. I mean, yeah, we can all talk about last season we beat Real Madrid and all that. That was a shit Real Madrid team.
Yeah, yeah.
This Bayern Munich are no mugs. They're no mugs. And Harry Kane was pocketed. He did nothing. Right? And you'd think Harry Kane coming back to play at the Emirates was going to try and prove a point. And he didn't.
You would think so.
He was absolutely taken out of the game. So right now, I would say Arsenal are more suited and more set up to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
And if you want to ask me that, which a million people ask me, if he wins the Champions League or the Premier League, should Arteta stay? Then I would say yes.
Yeah. Well, I can't argue with that.
I love the FA Cup. I love it. And, you know, my other point is this, right? Before I shut up. If Arsenal will win the League Cup, I think that would be a massive boost to the team, because they're going to suddenly think, actually, we can win. We can actually.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, totally. I agree with that.
For me, if we just win the League Cup, right, or the FA Cup, much as I love it, right, that's not enough. Now, it's got
big up, Daniel.
It's got to be a big one. It's got to be Premier League or Champions League. And if it don't, I'm not saying both. I'm not saying both, because that's a massive task, but possible. If we get the result away at Stamford Bridge on Sunday, right, walk out there with 3 points, then you have to turn around and say, "Wow!" But but I'm not one of these people that will get carried away in the clouds, right? Because we know coming into Christmas, New Year is a difficult period of football.
No, 100%. Big up Daniel Knights, by the way. Just give me a second, Jez. I need a piss, man. Crack
on, mate. Crack on. Unfortunately, I can't see the chat, so I don't know what's being said, sadly. That's the trouble with Streamlabs. It's a good streaming platform, I won't get it wrong, but it restricts you what you can see what's going on, because you can't get everything in the chat. Let me just try this. Hang on. Let me try. No, see it don't. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's working. Yeah, that's working. Okay, yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, I remember Tony when he used to use this. He said to click on this bar above here, and then you can get the chat up. So, yeah, that's working now. Carl Rossi said, "Give me 2 secs. I'll try hop on. Having difficulty." Oh, that's my message. Send the link then, and then Daniel's there. Big up to Daniel. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I can see it. That's good. I can see it now.
Man, I was holding that for far too long. My days. But yeah, I mean, like, you know,
I'll ask you this: what's with these what's with these bloody hocus pocus bloody stars?
I can't find out how to get rid of them. I put them on ages ago, and I can't find out how to get rid of them. And I don't know how to use this at the minute. I mean, I just can't. I can't find out how to actually get rid of them. So I don't know, mate. To be honest,
it's a bit like something like the Bat Out of Hell here. You know the old.
It is in here.
You know what I mean?
I don't know how to get rid of them. So I had them on before, and then it came on for the introduction, and I don't know how to actually get rid of them now. So I don't know how to actually work this at the minute. So I don't know what I'm doing, to be fair.
Well, what's changed?
Well, this is very true. Very true. It's never been a case where I've known what I'm doing. Absolutely spot on. What did you think of the show with Tony Claude Gunner? I thought that was a really good show. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know why. I tend to not get notifications for Tony. And it just suddenly did tonight pop up. And I suddenly was clicking around YouTube, and I suddenly thought, "Oh, there's Yeti and Tony." So I thought I'd come and watch for a little bit. You know what I mean? He's still doing the same thing though, falling in love with me, which I fucking hate.
That was crazy. That part was crazy. I was like, oh my days. Big up Pepsi as well. Evening, the Bears beating the Eagles in the 4th, 17th, 9. Nice. Yeah. I mean, when he was like doing that, I was like, well, you know, I love Tony though. I love Tony.
That's cringe, that is. But did you see the that guy? He tries way too hard. Positive Dan doing his AFTV interview, going through old man. Oh, you say I criticise Arsene Wenger and George Graham and Don Revie, Arsenal manager Don Revie.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. I don't actually remember that one myself.
No, I don't. I remember him being manager of Leeds.
Yeah. Well, that's
did he actually say that?
Yeah.
What a prat.
Go and have a look. He actually said, a lot of people say I criticise Wenger and George Graham. This kid's about 25, right? And
what a twat.
And he was stumbling to think a manager's name. He went Don Revie. And the thing is, got one person around him, right, when he was being interviewed by Robbie Lyle, went, what?
No, they wouldn't, because they probably didn't know either.
No. Like, what? And, like, this is the guy that called me and Shane out. And, you know, he's actually invited, he wants to invite me on his show.
Right.
Said, yeah, no worries. No problem.
You've got to mention Don Revie then.
Of course I will. I said, was this when we had two managers, when we had Bertie Mee and Don Revie at Arsenal? Because that's when we're talking, aren't we? 1972, 71.
Mate, you've got to own him on that.
You know what I mean?
You've got to own him on that, Jez. You've got to own him on that. That is just ridiculous.
I will. And he tried to back out of it because Shane, I think Shane said something to him on Twitter or whatever they use. And he said, I can't remember his words now. He said, I was just using comparisons. And Shane roasted him and said, just own it. You fucked up. Own it. We all do it. We all get it wrong. Yeah. But that's one of the biggest. That is worse than even Eagle, who said Van Persie came.
Yeah.
Don Revie, one of the greatest English managers of the early 70s. And you said, make out he's an Arsenal manager. Come on, man.
That is just ridiculous. But like you say, like Shane says, just own it. Now you've said it, just own it. You know, otherwise you just if you're gonna play it where it's like, oh no, I never said that, then you're gonna get a lot of shit because of what you said there. You know, and there's no history to back it up. There's none of your stats to back it up. There's nothing. Don Revie was a Leeds fan.
Probably a couple of 100,000 or more.
Leeds manager.
AFTV get a lot of views. There's probably like 500,000 people have seen that. Like what?
Bro, I tell you what, right? I watch these goal scoring reactions. You know, like when there's a goal scored against somebody like the Liverpool. I mean, I've loved the Liverpool reactions of when we beat them 3-0. They've been absolutely awesome. But the thing is, you know, one thing I notice about these YouTubers is like, you know, like when I'm doing a watch along and I make it clear, no spoilers in the chat or anything like that. You know, if you watch their goal reactions, they're like, what? We're down 1-0. We're down 1-0. Oh, my days, we're down 1-0. I've just seen it. If you're a proper football fan, right, you don't accept spoilers because you're watching the game. And if you're a proper football fan, you would be angry at somebody spoiling it in your chat. And that's why I don't think there's nothing worse. I mean, like, but when me and you used to, like, was doing watch-alongs and stuff like that, and you was a bit more ahead of me, and you went like, oh, yeah, Saka, oh, great goal from Saka, and all this, that, and the other. I don't think there's nothing worse when you're watching football than for somebody to tell you something that's happened that you're going to see in like 2 or 3 minutes. And I'm not saying it was annoying on your part, but I'm just saying it's annoying to actually get those spoilers. And as a football fan, if you don't, as a football fan, as a fan of a team, and you're not bothered about people saying that, just makes no sense to me. Makes no sense because you don't get the joy moment.
Well, I agree with you. I do agree with you on that. Unfortunately, you know, I mean, doing watch-alongs, it's difficult unless you're actually totally in sync.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm like watching Nottingham Forest Arsenal, we're doing a watch-along together, right? And then I'm 35 seconds ahead of you or something.
Yeah. Arsenal, it don't work.
It's very difficult to shut your mouth.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to, really.
It's very difficult until you see it.
But I can see it though when you actually do that. So it's like, oh shit, and I'll just wait for the goal to go in because I kind of know that the goal's gone in because me and you have worked together so many times that we know like like different situations and the way we act.
Because it's not, you don't even have to say anything. Your body language gives it away, because you'll be sitting
Exactly.
there, you go, like, you know, it's the natural. You can't hide that.
No, you can't.
Possible.
Can't.
Because if you're a passionate fan, as you and I are, about our respective clubs,
yeah,
if something happens, you're going to make, oh,
of course you are. Yeah, that's a general reaction, isn't it?
And there's no way you can stop that.
It just doesn't work. And the fact of the matter is like with the watch-alongs, I like doing like the commentary and all that kind of stuff as well. Because and also as well, it's like when you're doing watch-alongs and you're taking notice of the chat and all that kind of stuff. There's many times I missed goals and all that lot, or we was talking with each other and I missed goals and stuff like that. So that's why I made the decision that I was going to do like the watch-alongs on my own. And then I started doing the commentary. You know why I started doing the commentary, right? Is because back in the day, same as you, I used to watch like Match of the Day and all this, that, and the other, and listen to John Motson and all that kind of stuff. And I used to think, like, yeah, what would that be like? And that's like this YouTube thing gives you that opportunity to actually be a commentator, even though you're not like, you know, one of the big commentators in the world or whatever. It gives you that opportunity to actually do that. And I love that. I love that about this. And
you're good at doing it. I've watched some of your commentaries. You know, I've sat here on a few occasions and I've sat there, how the fuck do you know all the names of the players?
Mate, when it's Premier League, I'm fine. You know, when it's Europe, the opposition, I have no idea whatsoever. Arsenal, I know every single player. Forest, I know every single player. Spurs, I know every single player. But when it comes to Europe, it's very difficult because I don't know those names at all.
Well, so that's fair enough. You haven't got a team sheet in front of you?
No. I mean, I read the teams, but I don't know who the players are. Apart from Jansen, I think last night that was the only one I got.
Yeah, it's a different story, isn't it?
It's just something you can do with having these platforms. It's just something you can do that you've never done, that you've seen other people do all the time. And then, I mean, if it was in the chat and people were saying, "Oh man, you shit at this," why do you know, man, you know me, Jez, it still won't stop me doing it.
Well, you enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're getting something out of it,
yeah,
and what people watching get something out of it, then what's wrong with doing that? I don't see that as a problem myself.
Exactly. And I think that's the main thing. I think if you enjoy what you're doing, then keep doing it. You know, I mean, it's like you look at Forest. I mean, what's your like point of view on Forest right now? Because I think we've got the manager in that's got them believing again, like the was with Nuno. You know, and what do you think about Forest at the minute?
Well, you've got the best manager for doing that job.
Yeah.
Come on. I don't think there's anybody better, really. But, well, apart from the old Sam Allardyce. But Sean Dyche will keep you in the league. And hopefully you lot will build on that. I don't want to see Forest go down. Not the history of the club that you are.
Yeah.
I've said this for a long time. And, yeah, I mean, you had the wrong manager in Postecoglou, and he was just not the man for you. You've now got Sean Dyche. He's got you cooking. He's got you. Yeah, I think, again, I will say you this. Maybe it's an FA Cup run that you boys can concentrate on. I mean, you're not going to win the league, right? Let's be honest.
No.
You could do all right in Europe, maybe, possibly. You're not going to win it, in my opinion, but you could go a few stages further. But maybe a cup run in the FA Cup would do good. But you've got the right man for the job right now. He's got you. Got you as a unit. And what was happening under Postecoglou, you weren't a unit.
No.
You were
they didn't buy in, did they? They didn't buy in at all.
No. And you've now got somebody that can keep you as a unit and move on, and hopefully maybe you get mid-table. I mean, look, you're out the shit right now. And he's the sort of guy that will keep you out of shit. So all good for Nottingham Forest right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Whether he's the only thing I'm going to say to you is whether he is the manager to get you to win something big, I don't know. That's a different question to ask next season.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, he's got the feeling with the players. I mean, the players have totally got the feeling back of being a stalwart team, of like, you know, going out there and fighting the opposition, and, you know, and we started scoring goals as well. Would I look at him as somebody that could eventually win us a title? Not really, to be honest. I think you can have that like stalwart thing, and sort of work with that and go with that. But I don't think it's like a title winning thing. But I think we've got a long way to go before we're in those conversations anyway. Goal, division, professional, Bolivia, Real Oruro, 1, Tom Yapipo, 1 minutes. Cheers for that, Pepsi. Appreciate it, mate. But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, he's got a team that's going on the pitch and giving it everything. Now, you as a football fan, that's what you want. That's what you want, isn't it? You want to come away from a game and say, oh, we're lost, but we was, you know, we gave it everything. That, to me, is what you want as a fan.
Of course. I mean, you know, if you've gone out and given it 101%, but on the day you've been beaten by the better team, then there's nothing you can say. And you can walk home after the game or sit at home and say, well, we couldn't do any more. We did what we could do.
Yeah.
We gave it 100%. The players gave it 100%. But on the day, we just couldn't get it over the line. There's nothing more you can say about it. If, on the other hand, your manager fucks it up because of stupid tactics, stupid substitutions, lack of substitutions, and you can see you've got players that are now out on their legs. They're looking leggy, and you think he needs to come off. He's done his day today, and the manager still keeps him on, then that's a different story.
Yeah.
Then you turn around and say, well, you fucked it up today. Whoever it is. It could be Maresca, or it could be Slot, it could be Arteta, it could be Guardiola. You could all say, well, you actually fucked that today because you actually didn't take those substitutions when you should have done it. That's a different game. But when you've got your team that has played the right tactics, they've played to how the manager's instructions have been, and they've given it 100%, gone over the line, taken one for the team, and you say, well, we can ask no more.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I totally believe that. I mean, that's always been my belief. You go out there, you give it 100%. If you lose, you lose. If you draw, you draw, or whatever. But the main important thing is to go out there and give it everything, you know? And I don't think there's a fan on this planet that would have an issue with that. Even these deluded ones, I mean, look, you look at these new fans. I mean, I don't know about you, Jez, but it just makes me sick. Some of the stuff they say. Like, oh, we controlled that game all the way through, but you lost 3-0. How can you sit on a stream and say, oh, we was the best team, we had the possession, we had more of the attacking prowess and stuff like that, but you lost. You lost. What are you talking about?
That's finding excuses in failure. I've seen this for so long. I can only really speak about Arsenal, and you get these fans will say they'll blame the ref, they'll blame VAR, they'll blame the ball, they'll blame the pitch. It's wet, it's damp. When that prat Ty, when he said, "Oh, we lost because the Queen had died," I mean, what the fuck was that about?
It's that is a new one. Oh my days!
Really? Like
that's got to be done for clicks, though, isn't it?
I mean, like, are the players even give a fuck about whether the Queen died?
That's got to be done for clicks, though. That's got to be done for a clip.
Of course it is.
That's the worst part.
But look, there comes a point in time, right, when your team's lost 1-0, 3-0, 5-0, you have to turn around sometimes and say we were shit.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
It wasn't down to injuries. It wasn't down to the referee. It wasn't down to VAR. The team was just shit.
Yeah.
When we got battered by you lot in the third round of the FA Cup at the City Ground 4 years ago, that wasn't down to Nottingham Forest being the better team. That was because Arsenal were fucking useless. You got the 1-0 goal, fair play, right? But Arsenal on that day were fucking awful.
Yeah. But you've also got to look at it as in the opposition not letting you do things as well. There's always going to come into that.
We watched the game together
as well. Yeah.
That was January the 13th, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And we watched it together, and I was saying to you all through the game, we're shit. And you have to be honest with yourself and say, well, we are crap today.
Yeah. I mean, Tavares, I think that was the one where Tavares took off straight away, didn't he? And then he got pretty much taken off straight away. And what's his name? The guy that plays for Spurs, what's his fucking name? He just had Martinelli in his pocket. I can't remember what his name was. But he's playing for Spurs now.
I can't remember, mate. I'm not very good at remembering that stuff.
I think, to be honest, like I said earlier, right, you turned up to that game thinking, this is just Nottingham Forest, so we're going to win. Yeah. And I think that is one of Arsenal's biggest issues. Not just Arsenal, a lot of teams. When you turn up to these First Division, Championship, Second Division teams, you just think you're going to win. And that's where mentality comes in on football. Because you cannot think like that. As soon as you think that you're just going to beat somebody, it's like UFC. If you think you're just going to beat your opposition, he's going to knock you out. It's the same thing, isn't it? You never, and I've always said this since I started this channel, you never underestimate anybody. Because as soon as you start underestimating people, same as fighting on the street. If you underestimate your opponent's going to give you something that you don't expect.
I agree with that.
The worst thing. It's the worst thing you can do.
I mean, that particular day we're talking about, from literally 5 minutes in, I thought, we're not going to win today. We were shocking. We were terrible. I mean, Nottingham Forest on that day was showing more intensity, more ambition.
They were wanted it.
Arsenal were just like, well, we're here. We're going to it's the FA Cup, and that's because partly Arteta disrespects the FA Cup, and this is one thing that really annoys me. Yeah, right. Everybody shouts out, well, he's won the FA Cup. Yeah, okay. He won the FA Cup. He hasn't won it since. We ain't got past the full fucking round.
No.
We haven't got the quarterfinals. The fifth round quarterfinals. And he won the FA Cup. Right. Okay. Then go and do it again.
That's the thing, isn't it? Go and do it again.
This is why I don't get giddy. Yeah, right now, I will give him 100%. I mean, I praised him the other night against Bayern. I gave him a 10 out of 10. Right? Because I thought he got it bang on. The substitutions were excellent. They were timely. He had the whole... He absolutely buried Bayern Munich in that second half. I didn't know which way they were coming from. And opportunist goal from Martinelli.
Yeah.
Killed them. Absolutely killed them.
Yeah.
And, I'll always give respect and credit where credit is due. But...
yeah, same as me. 100%.
When it goes tits up, I have the right to turn around and say, well, actually, mate, you were shit. You got that wrong.
Yeah. But he also, I don't know if you noticed, but he also goes over and talks to AirPod Albert a lot in the games and stuff like that. Look, I mean, as I've said to you before, I don't like Arteta. I think he's an arrogant dickhead, personally. But you've got to look at the major things that's going on at the minute. I think he got it wrong against Sunderland when he brought on the defenders. He basically turned around Sunderland and said, we beat you 1-0 now. So those kind of substitutions makes a difference. It's the same as if we play against you and we go 5 at the back. The first thing you're thinking is they're scared of our attack. And it's exactly the same thing. If you get 1-0 up and then you start bringing on defenders, you're basically turning around to the other team and saying, you're finished. We want to go home now because we're not interested in this game anymore. And it will always go wrong. I've seen it years and years, time and time in my life.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that.
You cannot do that. You can't go defensive and then especially like at the time it was, and I mean, I'll ask you now, right? When you saw that and Sunderland managed to get that equaliser, was you like a little bit, oh dear, it's going to shit?
I was bloody hungry.
We
were 2-1 up away at Sunderland, and I called it before the game. I said it's a difficult place to go and play. They're very, very good at home. We're 2-1 up, right? Not that much time to go in the game, and he takes off a midfielder to bring on a defender and lets them come and attack us.
Yeah.
That's what shows capitulation. And he got it wrong, and I called him out for it. Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't have done that. You should have stuck with what you've got, control that midfield, right? Hold on to the 2-1, and at least you never know, you may get a breakaway and get the 3-1. But that's because he had that controlling influence that maybe he has now learned from. But we'll see on Sunday. We'll see.
Yeah. I think those are the little things that you need to learn by, to be honest. And it's like, him doing that, he has to learn from that. and we'll like you say, we'll see how it goes like on Sunday. Pepsi says Eagles 9, Bears 24. Nice. Are you a Bears fan? I think you're a Bears fan, aren't you? Or something, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, like Tony was saying to me, looking at all our fixtures that's coming, at the end of the day, you've got to be up for all of them. I mean, we've got Brighton on Sunday, we normally beat Brighton, but you still can't rest on your laurels. I mean, mentality is a big thing. As soon as you get that mentality to just keep going on and giving it everything, and we are starting to score goals now as well. And I tell you what, the one thing that's annoying the shit out of me right now, and I actually got rid of somebody the other day for like following it on. Oh, Murillo's getting noticed by Liverpool and he's getting noticed by Arsenal, and Arsenal are going to pay the money and all this, that, and the other. Look, at the end of the day, right, if that's going to happen, it's going to happen. But these people, right, if somebody's outperforming everybody else, if somebody's doing really well, obviously the bigger teams are going to start looking at them. It's not rocket science. Whether it's happening or not, but there's obviously bigger teams going to be looking at them. Anderson, Murillo, Milenkovic, Aina, they're all pulling out stops. Callum Hudson-Odoi's pulling out stops. Morgan Gibbs-White's doing the same. Sangari's doing the same. You, as well as me, knows football. So as soon as you get players that's doing that and are not at your higher state, if Arsenal are watching Murillo and Anderson, I don't know what they're doing.
Of course they're watching them. Of course they are. That's why we brought these players, this management in Berta and Heinzer. I mean, they're going to look at and watch these players. Of course they are. We're going to have people go to games. I know if they're going to be in the sort of scout type situation as it once was. But there's going to be people reporting back, hey, it's maybe worth looking at this guy.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But, whether we're going to go in January for extra players, I'm not convinced. I'm afraid. I'm not convinced.
Do you think you need to?
Right now, no. I don't think we do.
What, not having somebody like come in and like have the thought mindset of like getting involved in this championship title Champions League thing, having that kind of mindset, but also having the mindset that I take my chance when I get it. Do you not think you need a player like that?
Well, the thing is, I don't think. I hear what you're telling me, but I just don't think Arsenal will spend the money. I think they've said, they made a statement of what they did in the summer. They brought these players in, right, and there's now go with what you got. They spent a shed loads of money in the summer. Got rid of some shit. Right, and there's still some can go out the door as well. So right now, I don't think they're going to go in big in the January. I really don't see it. And with the squad they've got, I don't think they need to.
I don't think they need to go in big, but like, say for instance, you lose Rice.
Yeah, who's
taking his place?
We're not going to go in big money to get Rice and replacement.
Who takes his place then if Rice goes out?
Well, there are players that can come in there. Not nowhere near his experience, but we've got Eze can play there.
Yeah, but I mean, is he a Rice? I mean, he's
No,
not a Rice when it comes to the defensive side.
Arsenal are not going to go, and we talked about this earlier on. They're not going to go in and buy an Anderson, right? I'd be shocked if Arsenal suddenly said, "Yeah, we're going to go and buy Anderson." I'd be absolutely shocked. They're not going to go and try and buy Rodri. They're not.
Anderson would demand to be a first team starter anyway.
So it's not going to happen. Arsenal aren't going to do it.
Mm.
So right now, that is not going to happen.
Do you think your key to winning this title is getting Gyökeres fired? Because that's what I think.
That's a good question. It would be a help. I won't lie.
Mm.
But we have got players. Trossard, I mean, come on, he's stepped up to the plate, hasn't he?
Mm.
I've always said I like Trossard. I've always liked Trossard.
Yeah.
And the fact remains right now, he's banging the odd goal in here and there. That's all you can ask. We're scoring goals from the outfield, which we needed to do.
Yeah.
I always said you can never rely on set pieces.
No. I mean, it's not a bad thing to actually have set pieces as your goals. Goals win games. All that matters is goals, isn't it?
Yeah, but it
doesn't matter if it's set pieces.
Never won a Premier League or a major trophy on set pieces.
True.
So you have to have players contributing. Yeah, it's a great asset. I won't lie. It's a great asset. But you need to have more than that. And yes, Gyökeres needs to score more goals. We will see when he comes back fully fit. When that will be, I'm not sure. But I still think sometimes players are being rushed back too early. They break down again. So we'll have to see, mate. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Here's my point of view, right? On the Arteta tactics, yeah, it's based around wingers getting the ball. Now, if the wingers that get the ball, put the ball into the centre, Gyökeres can be on the end of it. But the thing is, with your wingers, with the tactics that you use at the minute, with Saka, yeah, he's always coming on to his left foot trying to get the shot instead of making the cross. Yeah. Same as Martinelli, same as Trossard. Trossard actually does cross it a lot of times. Yeah. But a big part of distribution to a striker is from the wings. If you're passing it to the wings, yeah, then it goes into the striker. And I think if you actually sort of mold it to that point, instead of actually trying to make look, it's good when everybody scores and all that kind of stuff. It's great. But when you have that like wing position where you can get the ball over to the striker, do you think Saka's going to be a player that's going to absolutely be thinking about getting the ball into the middle to another striker? No, he's not. He's a very, very selfish player. Very selfish when he gets the ball.
I agree with you on that. That's his role in the game. I think that's the way he's been instructed. And I think, unfortunately, sometimes he wastes it way too many times. But unfortunately, that's his role in that game. I don't like it. I won't lie. He needs to look out for other players more in the box. Especially Gyökeres needs more, needs to be fed more, if you want to take that term. Give him more of a chance. But we're going to find out. Anyway, mate, I've got to bounce. Mate. And I'll catch you up with you later, my friend.
Yeah, no worries, man. Take care, bro. Cheers for dropping on. Drop your channel, bro.
it's Jess's Arsenal, and all things Arsenal and everything. And of course, I meant to say the other day, I've got the Christmas show will be coming up again, latter part of December.
I can remember the last one.
Good fun, good fun.
Absolutely.
I have to try and get hold of Mama. I haven't seen her for a while. And
she had like a fall, and she's on like medication at the minute. Whenever she comes into like YouTube channels and stuff like that, all of a sudden she starts seeing double in the chat and things like that. So she's having a real big struggle with that.
Okay, fair play. Understand that. Well, my friend, I'll catch you later, buddy. Enjoy.
All right, buddy. Catch you later, mate.
Later, mate. Take care now. Bye now.
Take care, bro. I love it. You know, when someone's trying to leave a stream, you can hear them like clicking. It's like, do you actually know how to leave a stream? I mean, I do it a lot, to be fair. I actually do it a lot as well, where I'm just like, what's this button do? See you later, guys. What's this do? What's that do? What's that do? It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. But yeah, everybody who's in the cave right now, Mama sends her love, but she's just struggling to like be on YouTube and things like that. It's just mashing her head up and stuff. So big up to Mama Flossie, big love to Mama Flossie always, and I think she's just struggling with things at the minute. But I've actually had a few conversations with her and stuff like that, and she's fine. She's fine. It's just this thing with the medication she's on and stuff like that, where she just kind of just can't handle the YouTube thing. So yeah, that's fair enough. It's fair enough. Right, I need a pee. I'll be back in a sec. Right, okay, let's have a look at this Pepsi comment. Big Bears fan, Yeti. Yeah, I thought you said that the other day. I can't remember half the stuff. I mean, even though I'm not even drinking. My memory is terrible. Absolutely terrible, but I'm like 52 years old. I mean, I'm doing all right. I mean, I don't look too bad. for like 52 years old. I think I look pretty good, actually. I think I actually fucking look pretty young for 52 years old. But I mean, who gives a fuck about like age and all that kind of stuff? Big up to Jazz for coming on as well and handling the questions. Because it is interesting. It is interesting to sort of bring people in certain things. And what I tell you what I want to go on about, right, is like when you become a YouTuber. Because I imagine everybody that's like in the chat wonders like how it goes and all that kind of stuff. Right, let's just put this down to brass tacks. When you first do it, I mean, I started on Twitch, playing games and stuff like that. I was never on cam when I was on Twitch. And then I started doing YouTube. I mean, obviously, like going on to Jez's show after the Forest Arsenal game. You know, we did like a show before, and I said I'll come on the show review afterwards, and we won, and it was quite an interesting one, to be fair. And you know, so certain people will sort of help you out in these situations, but this is more on like a personal level. The first time you go on cam, you think that everybody's gonna go at you and give you this or give you this, that, and the other. But you know what? YouTube is really easy. It is really easy. It's probably the easiest way that you can actually sort of like put yourself out there. You just start doing what you do, and people come to it or whatever, you know, and you just go with it like that. But I sort of raised the bar in the sense that I don't want just anybody in here. I don't want anybody in this channel. I want the real ones in this channel, you know. And as soon as I find out you're not a real one, then you will be gone. And that is what I wanted to build. I wanted to build something that was great for everybody. That was my main case, my main way of going. That's what I always wanted to do. Like, I tell you what, right, let's be honest right from the start, yeah? When I first started it, and I watched Lee Gunner, and I watched all these YouTube channels, I was like, you know what, I can do that. And at first, it was like, you know, I could be huge in this. I could really go places in this. But you know what? After getting all the people that's in here and all the people I chat to, and I feel at a certain personal level to those people as well, even though I don't know them. I've never met them or anything like that, but I feel like we could like have a dwellers pub crawl or whatever, and it'd be absolutely fine. I started to think like, well, it's not really about what you want to make of it. It's more about like, you know, having genuine people in a space. And that's why it became like the cave dwellers. Because I just want genuine people here, not people that's just gonna come in here and talk God knows what shit. I'm tired of those people, to be honest. This is not the channel for you, because at the end of the day, you're not going to get anywhere with that. Big up Yeti, you legend, up the forest. Big up Gunner for life. How you doing, matey? And big up Colin. Don't throw me out. I would be gutted. No, I would never throw you out, mate. Never. And that's what I wanted to build. And it's not about the money or anything like that. Everybody looks at YouTubers thinking it's about the money. Honestly, it's not about the money. And I know probably people that are about the money would say exactly the same thing. But it's not. It's not. It really isn't. This gives me such a release. You won't believe it. Because I don't really people that much. I don't go out that much. I don't get involved with people that much. So to me, this is a massive release. And that's down on you guys as well. That's not just on me. That's on you guys. Yeah, I created it, but people create a room. It took people to come to room. I think I've got that wrong. That was a Ryan Clough thing, but I'm just a solid, genuine guy who's just doing things just to see how it goes. I'm good, thanks, brother. Hope you are all good, brother. I am, matey. And you are a real one, Yeti. Well, mate, I've said it from time. I am 100% a real one. If you meet me in the street, I'll be exact. I mean, I'll be a little bit weirded out if you like turn around and went, "Oh, you're the Yeti." I'll be like, "Oh, what the fuck," you know. But I would still be absolutely awesome to you if you was awesome to me. I've always had that life concept, never been any different. And the thing is, I will say and go into anything that means something to me because this is the platform. This is what the platform's all about, you know. And I respect every single one of your opinions. Every single one of your opinions. I might not agree with it, but I will respect it. And this is what I wanted to create because I think we have to have these things. It's not always about forest. I mean, I love forest pieces. But if you look at the state of the world right now, it's not just about a football team. It's about the way the world's going. And it's just, you have to have some kind of release to be able to get through that. Otherwise, you'll go crazy. You will. You'll absolutely go crazy. There's got to be somebody to listen to you, whether you're a vaxxer, whether you're an anti-vaxxer, whether you're this, that, and the other. I know what's coming to this world. Yeah. I've seen it. I know exactly what's coming to this world. And it ain't good. And the thing is, we've got to wake up, man. We've got to wake up. If we don't wake up, then we're going to become exactly what we go against. And that is not a good thing, to be honest. There's so many more plans that they have to put on us. This is just the start. This is just the start. They want to control all of us. The one thing they've always had an issue with is like controlling the individual. And trust me, they are doubling down now. They are doubling down. If you look at the UK, why else would they invite people in that's got a bad criminal record that they don't even look at? Why else would they do that? You know? There's no sense to it. No sense to it. I'm a man of common sense, and I always have been. And I will not change that either. We wives dad 3 weeks ago, and I have put everything in supporting her that coincides me not communicating much. I love it here, and I'm a gooner, bro. I hope that all that goes well. I really do hope all that goes well. I do care about the dwellers and stuff like that and what they go through. You know, it's one of them, like, a lot of people look at it like, well, I'm not going through that, so why should I care? And that's the problem. And that's why it's all gone the way it has. Because there's too many people that just sit in their own bubble. Even my mum. Even my mum will turn around to me and go, oh, I'll just be one of them that puts my head in the sand. I'm like, why? Why? Why would you be one of those people that puts your head in the sand? Because you're part of the problem. And that's my mum. That's my mum. And I've told her that. She knows that. And it's so easy. It's so easy. Right, let me explain something to you, right? When I stopped working for DPD, yeah, they left me with the jacket. Yeah. They left me with the jacket. They left me with the entire uniform. Right. Now listen to this. Yeah. If I was of that kind of mind, yeah, in the Christmas period, I could be in anybody's backyard with a DPD jacket on. Yeah. This is just common sense. I can go anywhere with a DPD jacket on. Like, oh, is that delivery for me or whatever? Yeah, it's just, honestly, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, and these people try and say that they're clever. How are you clever when you don't see these little instruments of things? And then you've got these dirty little fucking illegal immigrants that's like going around raping our women. I know rape's a thing that's not going to get accepted, but I don't care. It's not going to disappear just because we don't say it, you know? And you've got these people coming in, grabbing our kids and stuff like that. Look, at the end of the day, when it comes to immigrants, yeah, I've got no issue with that. If you come here and do the right thing, then I've got no issue with that. But if you come here and don't get checked out whatsoever, yes, I know there's a lot of people in Britain that need to be checked out, but they have already been checked out. How many times have you seen somebody do an horrific fucking crime and then all you get is, oh yeah, but we knew about this, this, that, and the other, but we didn't do anything. We let him go. So yes, we have those issues, 100%. Nearly got hit by a DPD van roundabout yesterday. Oh mate, they're crazy. Honestly, I used to work with them. They're absolutely crazy. But yeah, I mean, what do you expect? I know there's people in this country that do bad things, but most of the people in this country that do bad things are on record, so they know about them. Yeah? The people that's coming into this country, we don't know shit about. We don't know anything about them. And they come and to our women and fucking kids and start doing that sort of shit. We've got a prime minister that's an absolute... I'm not even going to go into him being a coward. He's not a coward. He's being paid by the WEF to destruct the West Side. That's what's happening here. That is exactly what's happening here. Don't think for a minute that Starmer is an idiot. He's not an idiot. He's getting money left, right, and centre to be a puppet. He's a puppet. He's not an idiot. He's a puppet. And they are trying to destabilise the West. Yeah. And it is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't even care if they listen in or if they, I mean, I don't think they will on my channel. It's not big enough, but I don't care. I don't care. I've got a platform. I'm going to use that platform to say what I have to say. People are going to like it or not. The reason that all of this has happened is there's too many cowards in this country nowadays. Far too many cowards. And I'll tell you what, when rapture comes around, they're going to realise. I might realise as well. You know, I've done not so good things back in the past, but I've learned from it, you know. But trust me, there's going to be a major thing coming. I mean, look, I watch so many streams where somebody turns around and says JC, and it's like, do you realise what actually means JC? I mean, I'm not going to say it, but do you realise what it actually means? He died for our sins, you know. So to keep like turning around and saying that just says exactly what you are. And every time I hear it, it hurts, you know. This world is just screwed. I still say to this day, Brian Clough is the best manager England never had. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Bro, I modelled myself on Brian Clough because I just say it how it is. That man was an absolute legend in the game and outside of the game as well. You know, you'll see certain rumours and things like that. One from my dad, but, you know, maybe he did start having a drink at some point, whatever. But he always used to tell it real. And he turned around and said that every person on this planet should have the ability to be comfortable with where they are. Not millionaires and all that kind of stuff. He said it real in that respect as well. I have nothing but respect for that guy, and I have a certain spirit from him that I feel exactly the same, and I will always tell it real, regardless what it is. If it hurts your little feelings, then whatever. Go fucking talk to somebody, I don't know. Pepsi America still not learning. The guy who burned woman in Chicago has been arrested 72. Yeah, exactly. Trump says he's going to sort out Chicago will never change. 72 times. That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. He's got to look at the people that actually let this guy go free and get rid of them. Surely. Look, at the end of the day, when it comes to Trump or whatever, I see things that he's doing or whatever, but we don't know what he's doing. This is the thing. None of us know. We get told what's happening. Yeah. Whether he's doing an executive order or whatever, You know, we don't know what's going on. All we get fed is the information that they want to feed us. That's all we get. It's very difficult to make it. I'm one of those people where if I know 100% facts, then I will argue it till the end of the day. But if I don't know 100% facts, then I ain't getting involved in that argument. You know, I don't understand like what's going on at the minute. I don't understand it in a sense because the devil has 100% got part of this planet at the minute. You ain't got to look at everybody. Look at them. All they want is money. Money, 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 money. Look at all the other channels. Oh, get your super chats in. They got the mods saying, do your super chats and all this kind of stuff. All they're interested in is money. All of them. They're all interested in money. There's certain ones that's not in that stage whatsoever. Look at Tony Claude, 99 pence for his membership. You know, he's not in it for money. You know, Jez, the same. You know, there's certain people that's not in it for the money, but there's certain people that are. And you can spot them easily. They don't realise how transparent they actually are. But the thing is, it's all right me saying it, but everybody's got to go on that same tiff. You know, there's so many people that's just in it for the money. Look at Ego. Ego just talk utter shit. He just talks utter shit because that's how easy. And the thing is that winds me up, right, is there's so many people that sees how easy it is to get a channel, right, and then just puts out utter fucking crap because they're treating you as idiots. They are treating you as idiots. Oh, I can only just put this out and everybody will buy into it and all this kind of stuff and the rumours and all that kind of thing. And what they're actually doing, like I say, is treating you as idiots. Big up Gunner for life. Ego is a massive embarrassment to my club, but what he's doing, he's earning him money. That's the problem. I agree, Gunner for life. He is a massive embarrassment to your club, but all he cares about is that. And I find that very fucking sad. I'm not about that. I don't like money at all. Money, yes, you need it to live and you need it to do certain things. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Danny chucks me like a super chat every now and then, and I appreciate it, and it's massively appreciated. But I'm just not a money person. Never have been, never will be. You know, if that's all you've got left to give, you ain't got nothing. I don't care about being in a mansion or a swimming pool or whatever like that. That's not my game. That's not my game from this. My game from this is like people listen and people understand what I'm saying. That's my game from this. Other than that, I don't care. And it's like, that's the way I've always been. I've never been any different, ever. I hate Christmas. I hate Christmas. Because Christmas is like where people completely forget like what life's actually all about and start giving gifts and buying things for people and all that kind of stuff. Christmas is about looking after and caring about somebody that needs it. That's what Christmas is about. But now we've made it like an all year thing where we care about people with mental health, even that they do things that don't make no sense. But oh yeah, it's down to mental health. Oh shit, he just killed 9 people with a knife. Oh, it's mental health. That's down to mental health. You know, these people that you go and see can see exactly what you're all about. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a story here. I'll give you a story here, right? I turned around to it and I was messing around. I was just finding out how it went, right? And I turned around to my doctor and I said, he said, how are you feeling nowadays? And I said, I feel like I want to kill everybody on the planet. That's what I said to him. And he turned around, he went, oh, have these antidepressants and all this, that, and the other. Now, what I'm saying to you, there's a major message here. I was messing around there, right? How many people do you think turn up and say those kind of things, but actually mean them? I was just doing it as a test. Can't save everyone. Yay, fuck the fools that listen to ego. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. But how many people do you think that say things like that to somebody who's a doctor or a psychiatrist or anything, and they just look at them the same way? That's quite scary. And whenever there's been something gone on, there's always a story behind it. Oh, yeah, he said he might do something like that, but I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. And then he all of a sudden goes and does it. Bro, the West is getting taken over. Whether you want to believe it or not, it is. And you know what? When it comes to the point, I'm going to fight tooth and nail on that point. I'll be back in a sec, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Right, so, guys, I got a question for you, right? Because this question was put to me, right? What's happening right now is a punishment. Yeah? It's not like the Noah's Ark thing, yeah? But it's a punishment from God onto the West, yeah? So, my question to you guys, it's a punishment because nobody's recognizing God. You only have to look at the way things are going at the minute. Nobody cares. Oh, yeah, I'll go out and get fucked by many guys and all that kind of stuff. And no guys care because they just go out and fuck as many women as they can and all that kind of thing. And it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to God. So think on this. What's happening now is a punishment to the West. Yeah. It's punishment to many. Yeah. So if you got a question that if you was to all of a sudden find God and all of a sudden like realize that Jesus Christ died for your sins, yeah, would you accept that? Would you accept that to change what's going on right now? Because it means nothing to anybody in the sense of like, you know, doing anything strength wise or anything like that. Would you actually accept that? Interesting question. Would you accept that? Because I tell you what, I for sure would. Because if it means me doing that, yeah, to change the way things are going and stop getting innocent girls raped, I would accept that. Loyalty is a thing of the past. It's not with some of us, though. It's not with some of us. It is with a lot of people, but it's not with some of us. Some of us still have that loyalty thing. I have a massive loyalty thing. Always has. But if you could change the way things are now and the way it's going on in the UK by going to God, I know it's a big thing to actually do that. But if you could change that by doing that, would you do it? Because I for sure would. Because all you have to do is start reading the Bible and then, you know, just praising God every day. That's all you have to do, or praise his son, Jesus Christ. That's all you have to do. So would you do that to change the way things are going at the minute? Because don't get me wrong, Devil's completely got it going at the minute. Completely got it going at the minute. I mean, this generation don't understand loyalty like the old school generation. No, I agree. Totally. But at the end of the day, they're not learned to have loyalty or anything like that. the parents, I mean, you look at the parents are like trying to get the kids on YouTube with a dress on. You know what I mean? So they're not taught those values anymore. Whereas like me and you, we was taught those values, even though I can't say 100%, but I don't think it's a value I would have to have been taught. It would have just been the way I would have been anyway. But I don't know that. I can't say that for sure. Take a horse to water and all that? Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you on that. You just, mate, so many people. I mean, it's crazy to look at it like this, but it's like Star Wars, like the light side and the dark side, you know, and that shit is going on. That shit is actually going on. The light side and the dark side. You got people who don't care about money. Money is the worst. Money is the worst. As soon as people start getting money, they change. A lot of people, you've seen it. Loads of people change. Look at YouTubers. Like, before the money started rolling in, they speak to every single one of your comments. But as soon as the money starts rolling in, it's like, oh, make sure you do a super chat. I think that's disgusting. I actually think the super chat thing is disgusting. You don't have to do a super chat to me. I'm a nobody. I'm just somebody that puts myself in front of a camera. Why would you have to pay to speak to me? That makes no sense. That is ridiculous. Well, we've got to stay strong and follow the light and stay true. Absolutely. 100%, man. 100%. I just, you know what? It's crazy because you can just see it. And it's like, even you get like Christian channels like Andrew Wilson. Now, I like Andrew Wilson. He can give an absolutely fantastic debate. But every show that you watch with him is always got a point of how much money he wants to earn. And it's like, what is that about? Let's face it, all of us want loads of the money and loads of the things and loads of expensive things. I don't care. Honestly, I don't give a shit. I live in a house that is given to me by my landlady, and it's just like, I'm happy. I'm happy where I am, you know, having a few beers and just chatting to you guys. I'm happy. I don't need a great big mansion or anything like that. Fuck me. Even in this small house, if I hear a bang or something like that, I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm out the door with my fucking golf club or whatever, you know, seeing what it is. I don't want a mansion where there's like loads of fucking bangs going off everywhere, and I've got to check fucking 32 fucking rooms. Give me a fucking break. You're not even about that though. I just don't want that shit. Yeah, you are unique. You are priceless. There is only one of you, and there will only ever be one of you. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. You know what? It's crazy because all the way through my life, I've seen like things that's going to happen. And if you followed me for like so long, I've called a hell of a lot of things that's going to happen. You know, not going into football or anything like that. I've called a hell of a lot of things that's going to happen. But at the end of the day, I'm just me. I'm just me. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people that know me might look at me as like an uncaring person, but I'm not an uncaring person at all. Some people just don't get it. I'm not saying they're stupid, but some of them are, to be fair. I mean, you look at like the COVID situation, and they're all still going to line up for their 50-second booster. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? When I mean, oh, well, I've not seen any of this. And then, oh, well, hold up, let me show you the stats. Oh, but that's just a YouTube channel. That's just on websites, so that's not real. You can't help some people. You can't help some people. I don't know if you got jabbed or if you didn't. You know what? Gut feeling told me it weren't right. A gut feeling was right. I don't suffer with any illnesses whatsoever. I don't suffer with any illnesses whatsoever. Every now and then it gets me, and it's massive when it gets me. But whatever. I didn't have any jabs for COVID. It's my choice, just like everyone else. 100%. 100%. 100%. You know, the crazy thing is they talk about stats all the time, and they talk about this, that, and the other. But the stats says exactly what happened, you know? And everybody, and I mean everybody that had that jab, the time's ticking. The time is ticking. Even my mum and dad. My mum and dad had it. I told them not to have it. But they did. Fair play. It's my mum and dad. But everybody that had it, the time is ticking. That was for a reason. The carbon footprint they want to remove is you. And the thing is, it's so obvious. I mean, it's like when it first started, right? I was on Facebook. I was in one of the groups, one of the COVID groups when we was in lockdown and all that kind of stuff. And it started off being like, oh, if anybody needs any food, I'll send you food. You know what? After that, it became, if you want any food, it's £5 each. And then they started a business out of it. Man, what is wrong with people? Bro, I would give you anything that I own. Anything. Apart from my forest shirts. You know I mean, no. But I will give you anything that I own to try and help you out, apart from my cat. You know I'm in that either. But I will give you anything to try and help you out. Yeah? Anything. It's the way I've always been. I've never been any different. I've always been the same. I'll give you anything. If it was going to help you out and I completely bought your story, that's my biggest problem, is buying the story, you know, because I'm very sort of like X-Files minded. I'm very conspiracy minded in that respect. But if you needed something, I would give it to you. Regardless how much it hurts me, I would still give it to you. I've always been the same. I'm not bothered about money or anything like that. Didn't do this shit for money. Money is the root of all evil. If somebody all of a sudden came to the chat and went, "Oh, I've just a super chat of £1,000," I'd say exactly the same thing as I would say to Danny on giving me €50. You know, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. This is that and the other. It's just I've never been about that. Bill up, Daniel Knights, how you doing, bro? All right, matey. Well, how do you think it's going to go on Sunday? What's your mindset on Sunday? Because we need to get off this subject. Mr. Jossie J lived on YouTube. He lived? What, is he dead? Did he die after his stream? Big up Jossie J. I'm not much for like coming into streams and then saying who's live, to be honest. That's a bit of a no-no for me, to be honest. But big up Jossie J. If Jossie J wants to come on here, then that's fair play. But yeah, don't come into my streams and say somebody else is live. That's a stream no, to be honest. So yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that, Daniel. Don't do that. There's a stream respect thing where you don't come in and say that somebody else is live. Yeah. So you need to learn that, mate. How was your day? My day's been absolutely fantastic, mate. But yeah, don't come in here talking about other people's streams. That's just disrespectful. So I'm going to learn you that one today. No worries, mate. You said sorry. That's all good. Watched F1 today, says Daniel Knights. And Pep says something. Would you give to a Derby fan? Not in a million years. Not in a fucking million years. You're mad. Are you fucking mad? Scummy little sheep shagging bastards. Not in a million years, bro. Not in a million years. Give anything to them dirty sheep shagging bastards apart from a right hand. Gunner for Life says, what's your prediction for Arsenal v Chelsea? I think Arsenal will win it. I think Arsenal will win it. I think Arsenal's on a different level at the minute. And they've got the defence. Chelsea hasn't. Let's face it, Chelsea hasn't. So I think that's an Arsenal win for me. I don't think that's where Arsenal will fuck it up. to be honest. I think Arsenal could fuck it up when they play the teams that they think they're going to beat. If Arsenal fuck it up, it will be against the teams that they think they're 100% going to beat. Daniel Knight says, Cucurella will pocket and lock down Saka again. Mate, it's not that difficult, to be honest. It's not that difficult, to be fair. And I think you might be right there. Do you think you'll win it? Do you think you'll win that one? I think that's Arsenal, personally. I mean, I'm not, I don't know. It'll go how it goes, but I just think Arsenal are on a different level at the minute. I think Chelsea have got the chance to build something. I think it's going to be a decent game, and it's going to be down to if Chelsea actually do the right things in the game. But if they play into Arsenal's hands, then it's going to be difficult. If they do what Spurs did, where they just stay back and try and weather the storm, then I think it's going to be very difficult. That's just my point of view. But at the same point, I don't care, really. At the end of the day, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a decent watch along as well. But at the end of the day, I'm not bothered if Chelsea. I mean, I would, if you look at it like as a neutral perspective, here we go. We got this fucking bell end on here now. Hey, look, let's get this bell end on.
This bell end is not first in the league, baby.
How you doing, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing?
Good. How you doing? I got about a half hour or so.
Yeah.
Take the little one to basketball practice. How you doing? Beating Malmo 3-0.
It weren't that hard, to be honest. There wasn't. I mean, you can look at it and go like, oh yeah, it was a tough game or whatever, but it wasn't. Like when you get a game like, say, you guys against Bayern Munich, it wasn't a tough game.
Well, if you would have lost, you would have been saying something different.
I made him think there. I made you think there, didn't I? He was like, oh, Bayern Munich was awesome. We beat them.
Yeah, no, Bayern Munich, yeah. What can you do? I mean, second half was fantastic.
What did you think of Bayern Munich, though? They didn't really offer a lot, did they?
No, I thought we isolated Kane pretty well. Obviously, he didn't get much of a sniff. Gnabry didn't get much of a sniff. I think he should have played Goretzka from the beginning. So I think he's a good midfielder, and he's pretty solid. Michael Olise was their best player, but other than that, man, they didn't really do much. Upamecano is not very good. He's just a slightly better than Konate. No, I think he picked the right 11. He made the right subs that had an actual impact. Thought the Madueke goal was fantastic. The Calafiori cross was spot on. Yeah, I just thought overall it was good. It was good. I was pleased.
Did you? I mean, I'm not taking anything against Arsenal, but did you think it was a little bit weak?
Did I think Munich was weak?
Mm.
Is that what you said? Yeah, I think they didn't have an answer for our press.
Mm.
You know, I just think that we pressed him so well. I didn't think Moreno was all that good, but he's in there just to do a job. You know, and it's one of those things like you were talking the other week, right, about beating Liverpool. Were you guys that much better, or were they bad? You know, and that's why I gave you the shout out on Tony's show. It's like you're the only one that's really saying like, hey, we deserve the 3 points. It's not your fault that they're in a bad run of form. You can only play who's in front of you.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, I mean, was Bayern Munich bad, or were we that good? I think it's a mix of both. I think
that's it. It's like a mix of both, isn't it? I mean, I think the way you're playing at the minute is very good. I think like your pressing style is very good. They're all buying in. You know, as soon as like it's very similar to like the game last night against Malmo, even though Malmo didn't really offer a lot. But as soon as they got the ball, it was like 3 red shirts right on them. Right. And Arsenal's doing exactly the same thing, which I've seen back in the past when you had like the go-go style and all that kind of thing. So I'm quite excited, not excited in the way that I care about the team, but I'm quite excited with what Arsenal are doing at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, we've only conceded 6 goals this season, all comps, something like that. I could see our friends in the chat. Big up Gunnar for life and big up Pepsi. Yeah, they're missing Musiala and Diaz. We were missing Havertz and Gyökeres. I mean, that happens. You know, would the game be different with those two? I don't know. You know, I don't know. You know, I mean, maybe Timber would have shut down Diaz. You know,
what do you think about, like Tony said it earlier on the news show, and it's like what do you actually think about the state of European football at the minute? Now, me personally, I would say that if they are not at it, then they're going to get beat. End of story.
Right. I know I was on a show with Tony and Ola yesterday, and I know you and Tony did a show today that I got bits and pieces of. And Tony was saying that too. He was saying that, you know, maybe the European competition isn't that good. Well, if we still had like Rob Holding and Socrates and so forth, he wouldn't be saying that. You know, maybe we look better than the rest right now. And
that was just what I was going to say. Maybe we are just better.
Yeah. Maybe so. I think Arteta's had like 5-6 years now. I think December 19th was when he was given the job, I believe. December 19th, 17th, somewhere in there. And that'll be his 6th year. So he's had 6 years to finally get it out, get it going, figure it out, get the players in we needed. You know, we needed Gyökeres. We got him. We needed to replace Partey with Zubimendi, and that happened. We got Eze. We got that dynamic, creative midfielder that we've been craving for a long time. I mean, we've got the players now, and then there's no doubt. I mean, everyone on the YouTube community says we have one of the best squads in Europe. You know, even that twat Mark Goldbridge said it, you know, when he was doing his Bayern Munich and Arsenal watch along. When I caught some of the fan reaction shows, he was saying we're one of the best squads in Europe. And I think that's true. But again, as you know, bro, once February, March hits, we'll see where we're at. We'll see what happens. And that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, at the second half of the season is where we've dropped the ball. And I know my man Gunnar for life would say the same thing, right? Once the ball turns yellow and February starts to roll around, and even in January, we seem to drop the ball, right? So we'll see what mistakes this manager makes, right? I'm just glad he didn't start Odegaard, right? I was really worried he was just going to slot Odegaard right back in for Eze after that incredible performance.
Yeah, I was thinking that, yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, he's going to bring fucking Odegaard in. He's going to dink around with the ball. He's going to brush his hair, right? But I think he's kind of. But from the games that we've seen Odegaard play, I know there hasn't been many. I think it's only been 5 or 6. He looks like he's a little more attacking minded, right? He got injured for the second time against your lot when he went over and cracked his shoulder the second time. You know, so as long as he has that attacking mentality, But at this point, to be honest, man, Eze's taken his spot. Like, it would have been sacrilege to start Odegaard over Eze after that performance against Spurs. I mean, it just wouldn't make any. No manager, I think, would make that decision. But then Arteta's made, some shit decisions over the last 6 years.
He's one of those kind of people that will make a decision that not nobody expects, but like to try and sort of put his name in lights, kind of thing.
Right.
And if it comes down to Chelsea, and he puts Odegaard in that 10 and puts Eze on the bench,
right?
Get out of here.
It's going to destroy that kid's confidence. But I can also see the other side of that is, put Odegaard in there, see what happens, and bring Eze on as an impact player.
Yeah, but Odegaard's done nothing to earn the shirt. You've got to earn the shirt. Yeah. Right. And Eze is earning the shirt. Odegaard 100%. Isn't, So Odegaard's got to play his part to get back into the point of actually earning the shirt. That to me is paramount. If he actually puts Odegaard in the Eze position, come Chelsea, then you ain't winning the league.
Right. Well, I mean, this sounds stupid, but I mean, can we afford to drop points? No. But if he makes those decisions and we do drop points, then it's like, then starts the pattern again, right? I don't think he does, though. I don't think Odegaard's 100% match fit. He may be fit and ready to run around a bit, but to actually play in an up-tempo match at the bridge is a whole nother story, right? That's a whole nother can of beans. So I just don't think he's 100% match fit yet. Now he probably will after maybe a little bit of training the last few days. Maybe he'll be ready or so forth. But yeah, I agree. Eze's done nothing to be dropped, right? He's done absolutely everything. Has been fantastic.
Yeah,
right? I mean, it took a little bit of a ramp-up time. It took him, 4 or 5 games to really kind of get in there. But I think that Spurs game, he absolutely turned a page, and he played the assist to Martinelli for the 3rd goal, which was absolutely fantastic, just great vision. So I think we have a real gem on our hand, to be honest, bro. It's unfortunate he's 27, that we may only get 3 or 4 years out of him, but that's just the way it goes. But we did that with no real striker. That I hope to see Gyökeres suit up on Sunday. I think the pressing from Gyökeres, he's just that much more of a threat than Moreno. Moreno has to have the ball perfectly in line for him to put it in the back of the onion bag, but Moreno, I think Gyökeres can actually make something happen like we've seen before. He can dribble around a center back or two and smash one, which I haven't really seen Moreno do. He's just kind of been at the end of crosses and balls that have been put on a plate for him. But that was even last season, right? I'm thinking the Leicester game of last season.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Moreno's been fantastic. I mean, he's been doing the midfield job. He's been winning the ball and all this kind of stuff. He was always one of them that I always keyed out as not being good enough. But you know what? He's done some good stuff as well. And Pepsi says Palmer back for Chelsea. And Munich were poor. Kane was none. And they were missing some top players too. So Musiala. That is true. That is true.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you've got to have strength in depth. So you've got to have those players. 3-0 goals from no striker.
Like I said,
exactly, Pepsi.
I don't know if Diaz, if he's locked up by Timber, what kind of impact he would have really had. We know Kane can make an impact, but I'm not so sure Diaz can with a defense like ours, the way it's playing. He may have had a couple crosses in, but he'd probably also lose the ball quite a bit, like he did at Liverpool. I mean, those are good points. I mean, it would maybe be a different result, but I still don't think we lose. We possibly don't score 3.
No. I think personally, you're on like a really good scale at the minute. You look really good for me. Arsenal at the moment look like a team that can actually win the Premier League and possibly. I mean, I'm not going to say Champions League because, yeah, you're top of the table at the minute. But it's like, this shit could fizzle out. But you've also got depth now. Players you can bring in. But like I said earlier, you ain't got no depth for Rice. So, right. But then again, the injury might not happen. So you can't look at it like that.
Right. Yeah. And I truly believe if Rice was to be out for, let's say, 6 weeks or 8 weeks, the season would be done. I don't see anyone matching his energy level and his ambition right now. I mean, I know the players are all ambitious to win something, but Rice is on another level right now. And he seems to be the engine that keeps everything kind of moving, He was I think got man of the match against Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's collecting those little man of the match little trophy balls a lot. I mean, is he the best midfielder in Europe? He's probably in the top 5. I hate to say he's the best. I know Caicedo's up there, and
I think he's there. I mean, I said to Jez earlier on, if you was looking to get somebody who may take his place at some point, for me, if he got injured, would be Anderson, who we've got.
Well, I'd take him. I'd take
Quentin Timber. I'd take player.
Yeah, I mean, there's a list of players I would want, right? I think I want a winger, and I want 2 more central midfielders. Some that are central mid, CDM type Rice-like. And Quentin Timber's first on my list. And then I would go for the Mano Kone, the French bloke at Roma. And then maybe look at a winger, maybe Rodrigo. But right now, I don't see any wingers leaving, right? I don't see Trossard leaving in January. I don't see Martinelli leaving in January. I mean, I don't think we're going to have any players go out in January, unless it's a loan maybe for Waneri or maybe some, which I still don't think is a good idea. But we may have some academy kids loaned out or maybe sell a couple like we did to that Chibu kid to United. But any first-team players or, 8 or 9 players on the bench, I don't see that happening, dude. It's going to take more than 18 players to get this over the line. So we'll have to use Bulgaria. We will have to use, Moreno. We will have to use Norgard, right? I mean, the only one I would want out of the club would be Norgard at this point. But at the same time, it's like, why? Like, what would we get for him? 4 mil? Like, what? I would rather keep the player who's just started with us, who's actually hasn't been all that bad, But are we going to go out and spend another 50, 60 million? I'm not so sure, unless the Rodrigo thing happens. But then which winger do you leave? It's ain't going to be Madueke. It's not going to be Trossard. It would probably be Martinelli, but I think he's scored a goal in every single Champions League game we've had.
Well, right? What's your issue with Norgard?
January, but pick up Semenyo like Petsy's saying, yeah.
Well, what's your issue with Norgard?
I just thought it was just sort of a one of those bench signings just to have that depth, right? I don't really see what he brings. As I think he's 29, 30 years old, maybe 31. I don't see what he really brings to the overall mission we're trying to accomplish, right? I think we could have taken that money and added some more to it and find it a better player, more useful, younger player. But I don't dislike the bloke. I just don't think he's, I just don't really rate him. He's just kind of just added squad depth that is just there. I know he's happy to wear the shirt.
Yeah, but he's like stepping up. He's stepping up from like Brentford. He's stepping up. And I think from what I've seen of Norgard over the years, with Brentford,
he was good at Brentford.
Would actually take that position with Rice. If you lost Rice, then he could actually take that position because he is actually an hard-working player and he works for the team exactly the way that Rice does. Obviously, look, when you look at Rice, he's not got the amazing passing and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to like set pieces or anything like that, he can put it on a dime.
Right.
100% put it on
He's
a dime.
rapid with the ball. Yeah. He can run it opposition with the ball. I think Rice to Norgard is a huge drop in quality, to be honest. But maybe not as bad as maybe I think it is. I just think that when I'm thinking of Rice, like I said, I'm thinking like, bring in somebody, a bigger name, 5 years younger.
Who would you add then to like second fiddle for Rice?
Quentin Timber. Urian Timber's twin brother, Quentin Timber. I think he plays for Ajax, and I think he's actually he's going to Dortmund though on a free. I think I read that somewhere. But Quentin Timber would be my first choice. If he has the work rate of Urian Timber, they're obviously twin brothers, then that's what I want.
True.
But also agree with Pepsi, we bring Semenyo in, but then I think, then we're kind of overloaded with wingers though. Somebody would have to go out possibly for Semenyo, and I don't know who that is. And, some people say Martinelli. I don't know, Pepsi, if we bring Semenyo in, I think someone's got to go. And is what I think. But I think Quentin Timber would be first on my list. Who else? Gosh. There's this player for AC Milan, Salamakers. It's pretty good. He's kind of more of a winger, though. So I'd look at a player like Salamakers. We need Ivan Toney. I would get rid of Havertz for Ivan Toney for sure.
Havertz
going nowhere, dude. And Ivan Toney, I think he's going to Spurs to reunite with Frank. And I could see Spurs making a play for him in January if they have the money to spend.
To be honest, I wouldn't even touch Ivan Toney because
a lot of money.
He just disappeared from the league and didn't care about the league or anything like that. That's just my personal point of view from it. So I would just go like, no, you go to whatever, because you just dissed the league when you was totally fucking owning it and totally doing good things in it. And you just went for the money. Same with the Aston Villa guy, that just went there. If it don't work out, the thing is with Ivan Toney, if you get Ivan Toney, then he's got to acclimatise back to England as well, because in Saudi Arabia.
I don't know when he would get game time. Like, he's not going to play over Gyökeres. He might even not be play ahead of Havertz. He'd be that third choice over Moreno. But you mentioned Villa. One player I would take is Morgan Rogers. Right, I would definitely take him as well.
I'd say that Mullen.
Well, yeah, he's a Hale-end kid. He was with us before, and I would go for your Elliott. Pick your number 8 as well if he wants to join. But I think that's where my priorities are, and possibly Semenyo. I just think that if you bring in too many new names, as you know, that can disrupt things, right? I just right now don't want any real disruption. Bringing in someone like Morgan Rogers, you bring Rice off maybe a little bit earlier because he did play a full 90 minutes against Bayern Munich. I think he played the full 90 against Spurs as well. And Morgan Rogers would match that energy and that quality, right? It wouldn't be such a gap because I don't really want Moreno in the left mid. I definitely don't want Havertz in left mid. Like you said, you maybe bring Norgard on and move Zubimendi to the left side or go into a double pivot, right? There's a lot of options, and I think finally that's starting to click with Arteta a little bit. It's unfortunate it's taken this long to figure out, but I think it's starting to finally click a bit. But yeah, Morgan Rogers, Quentin Timber, Manu Kone, Salamakers. There's a few names, but I think the one name we're really, really interested though is Semenyo. If something happens in January, it could be Semenyo, but then I think someone has to go. And I just don't know who that would be, right? Because I think Martinelli's on form. Trossard has been fantastic the last few weeks. Saka. Some games it's great, some games it's not so great. And then you have Madueke, who we just bought too. Like, he's not going anywhere. So that kind of leaves Nwaneri. If we loan Nwaneri out and bring in Semenyo, I don't know. When do you bring Nwaneri back? And, like, how does that all work?
I think, like, signing Semenyo will be a massive thing, to be honest. He is a great player. Absolutely great player. And I think signing him will be absolutely huge, to be honest, for Arsenal. I think, personally, it's in your fingers, to be honest.
I hope so.
All of it's in your fingers. You've just got to keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
That's all you have to do.
Right. And then, Gunnar for Life saying Jesus and Havertz can go, right? But Jesus is going to go. I think Jesus is going to go in January. I think he's going to go to maybe Juve, Everton. I have a couple of squad teams I've heard in the news. Or maybe he might go back to Brazil. Who knows? Or maybe he'll go, somewhere like Marseille or Lyon or something. Who knows, right? But if Jesus goes in January, yes, bring in Semenyo for sure with some of that money. And I would take Leao too. I don't know if I'd take him over Semenyo so much, but I would definitely take Leao.
I think Semenyo's better than Leao.
At least I've seen more of Semenyo. And AC Milan is my Italian team. I try and watch them as much as possible. And Christian Pulisic looks good too for AC Milan. I just don't think that he would want to come back to the Prem. There's no real reason for Pulisic to come back to the Prem. He's making, I think, decent money at AC Milan, and he's very well liked over there. And he's scoring goals for them.
Yeah.
I know it's good problems to have, right? I mean, at the end of the day, good problems to have. But I don't think we're going to make a move for Elliott. I don't. I mean, you guys will want a lot of money for him. I would think around 70.
I think we're looking for like 140 million.
Oh shit! Really? Elliott. I was way off. I was 140 mil for Elliot Anderson. Oh,
I tell you what, he's worth it as well.
He's worth 140 mil.
110 to 140 mil. Mate, have you seen him?
Yeah, I try to watch you as much as possible. Getting my ass up at 6:00 in the fucking morning to watch this stream.
Proper 100%.
He's proper, but he is not a $140 million player, bro.
Mate, sorry. I don't care. I don't care what he's worth. I care what you're going to give us.
Right, exactly. It ain't going to be 140.
I don't give two fucks about what he's worth. I just care about what you get from him.
Market value and what you value him as may be two different things, bro.
I don't want to get rid of him anyway.
No.
He's a massive player for us.
He's your Declan Rice. Yeah. No, he's the future of that club. I mean, I the only club I would think that would really, really be after him would be Man United. He would be pretty amazing there. Right, because Cancelo
surely ain't got.
Cardi can go back to Portugal.
Yeah, but if we keep going the way we're going, we could finish above Manchester United.
Of course you will.
I mean, but there's always going to be that Manchester United pull.
Right.
I personally, you have to look at it in the loyalty sense. Which has already been said. There's no loyalty nowadays. So, Man United, even if it was below us, Man United still have that pull.
Yeah.
Because it's Manchester United.
It's the biggest sporting organization in the world. Bigger than the Yankees, the Dodgers. And I know those are different sports, but I mean, the New York Yankees are a powerful sports organization, bro.
Yeah.
The Dodgers now after winning the World Series 2 years in a row.
Well, not even that. Not even anything.
The revenue they bring in is obscene.
Manchester United in this country is massive.
Right. And in America and Asia as well.
Same as it's Liverpool. Same as it's like all the other teams and stuff like that. We only have like bragging rights on the fact we won the European Cup twice. But we can't go against Manchester United because they won it a lot more times than we did. Even though, let's cut this down here. When they won it, it was the Champions League. So they had many chances to stay in it. When we won it, it was 2 strikes, you're out.
Right.
You know,
different
so that always also needs to be okay.
I hear you. Well, Yeti, bro, thanks for the invite. I'm going to run this kid over here to basketball practice, I think, here in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, man. I'm dropping anyway because I'm not.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me on. Thanks for sending the invite. Glad I caught you.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Absolutely. And come on, you Gunners, and big up everyone in the chat. And I'll talk to you soon, bro.
Yeah, man. Much
Peace,
love,
man.
bro. Catch
Cheers.
you later. Right, okay. I'm about done. I'll be honest. I'm about done. So I'd rather Liao over Semenyo. I'm done, guys. I'm fucking done. So we should have signed Cavra before PSG did. I don't know who Cavra is, to be honest. I'm fucked. I'm knackered. I'm knackered. I've got to go to me Freddie boy and give him some love because he's had a bad week. Let's sit and watch more Stranger Things. But I'm fucked, guys. I'm fucked. So I'll catch you all later. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the support. Absolute legends. Pepsi says Christmas pizza. I hate Christmas. I hate Christmas. I'm not a Grinch or anything like that, but I just don't. I don't like it. I don't like Christmas. I don't like. You know why I don't like Christmas? Because it's the point where everybody forgets what's going on in the world and just like spends money to give people things, and not one of them understands what it actually means. And I just, yeah, I don't like Christmas. Big up to Pepsi and Gunner for Life. Big up to you guys, but I'm going to bed because I am fucked. So yeah, big up to everyone. Take it easy. Keep it real. Keep it yay. Praise the Lord, guys. Praise the Lord. If you had an option to turn to religion and turn to the Lord instead of seeing what you're seeing right now, if you wouldn't take it, then you must be mental, because it don't cost you anything to do that. We need to praise the Lord and make sure that Jesus died for our sins. So yeah, catch you later, guys. Take it easy. Thank you for being here, and I'll catch you later.